Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Project Lemons to Lemonade. Our next guest has gone through several recessions in the last 15 years in her retail business. She's been able to find the flexibility and creativity to change her business to overcome challenges. And she loves to dance Latin fusion. Please welcome Johanna Bialkin from Aldea Home Baby. Welcome.
Hi there. Thank you so much for having me today.
Thank you for coming. I'm super excited to talk to you because what we discovered is that you've been doing a lot of digital storytelling just to like you didn't know that that's where you were going to go, but you've figured it out to keep your business going.
Yes.
And you have lived through several recessions now in 15 years in your business. And we were just talking about how you've changed your business over time. So let's talk about that first. You started off on one track and
Yeah. I would say for the last 15 years, Aldea Home and Baby maybe started in one location and has ended up at another. It's really taken us 15 years to really dig deep and find out who we are. And one of the great things about right now is that really I've been able to take a step back and look at my business from the outside because I've had a little extra time, as I think we all have. To think about my business, think about how I can save it during this time of COVID, because for brick and mortar, it's been really challenging to figure out how to go forward. We are mostly brick and mortar, and we rotated from 80% brick and mortar to 80% online in about 2 weeks. So that was a really big turn for us, and we've been really excited to be able to do that.
That's awesome. I love it. And you were mentioning that at first you were kind of like a store for all different rooms in your house, and over time you've figured out, how what your audience wants, right?
So for me, one of the concepts of Aldeya was a project in New York called The Apartment. I'm from New York City. And when I first opened Aldeya, I thought, oh, how great would it be is if you could go into a store and you could say, I love this room. I would like to purchase everything within it. So when I first opened Aldeya, I had 5 different rooms set in a teeny tiny little space, and everything was super crammed in. We had 1,200 square feet. And so the idea was you could do the rug to the table, to the side, to all the accessories, to the light, to the accessories, to the journal, to the tableware, all of those things. And somebody could say, I would love all of those things exactly as they have them because they resonate with me.
Hmm.
So as we've grown, when we first started, we had a very small baby section. And from the time we opened, people have said that it resonated with them, the baby stuff that we've had. And for me, I think when I first started, that confused me because I don't have kids. And I, maybe first envision the store as a home and baby at home store. And so I really had to look into it and be like, why are somebody finding that these things have resonance with them? And it's because, I love product design. I love what people are doing with different inspirations. And with kids stuff, it's so cool to see the how the baby world has evolved over at least the last 10 years, from kind of just having really boring product to really exciting, innovative, fresh things that could, not only make your house feel like it's baby ready, but something that you feel comfortable for your style and having in your house. And so I realized that maybe it was okay that even if I don't have kids, that it was really that I could, because of, from a design aesthetic, and because I've listened to parents over the last 15 years, that I could find the right thing for them because it was more based on what people needed and what people wanted.
Yeah, so you've merged like that design, your love for design, and then people's needs essentially, right? And bringing awesome, beautiful
Yeah.
products that suit the baby and the parents'
Yeah.
lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
And
And
you
and to be, we're an essential store because we do baby products, but now we do masks, we do, hand sanitizers, we do diapers, we do wipes. We do all of the things because our customers really we do thermometers. We do all the things because a lot of our customers don't want to have to go into a Walgreens. They don't want to have to go to a big box store. They want to go to a small business, and they want us to support all of the things that they need, and we can get it to them straight to their house. So curbside delivery, We do Zooms, design consultations, and it's been so great to be able to really serve our community during this time.
That's wonderful. I love it. You were talking about how you changed to digital because you weren't focused on digital before. You had a nice website, an
Yeah.
e-commerce website, but then you started doing some really innovative things. So tell us a little bit about that.
So for me, I'm really shy to be online. So my first steps to being, captured digitally and speaking about my brand is I started reading kids stories on Facebook Live, and I really started just concentrating on the words of others to be able to find my own voice. So we now do Instagram live stories, and we kind of go back and forth between different ideas in our LA location, our San Francisco location. I talk about the business and why I have it. Now we're even going to do our own YouTube channel of fireside chats with founders about why they design the stuff they design and what it means to them. Because to me, that's so interesting. Like, why is this designer making a glider? Why is he interested in this, and as opposed to a regular, another, just a chair? Like, where does he find his inspiration? And like, those are the conversations that I have with my vendors, and that's why I do what I do. And I was like, oh, probably other people would be interested in hearing about that as well.
Yeah, and you've also mentioned that you're creating spaces because now you have like a giant store and it's kind of empty, and so you
Yeah.
have the opportunity to create and move things around and kind of play with the design.
Yeah, I think one of the things we've always struggled with being a brick and mortar store is that we have customers in the store. And so we always want to be available to the customer to help them. Well, now we have less customers coming in, obviously, because it's not safe. And so we have the time to create spaces within the store. So we have a beautiful storefront. We have 7,000 square feet in our San Francisco location. And we can create spaces and we can show people what we're thinking about when we create these spaces. So like, to me, like, oh, like, how great would it be to include people in our process?
So you're going to be filming yourself as you like move things around, what you're thinking
Right.
and how
We're
people
going to
can.
start with like floor layouts, where we're going with it, what we're thinking about it, how those things might work together. Maybe showing one piece of furniture 3 different ways, like taking a glider that could possibly be for a kid's room. It could possibly be for a regular room, in like somebody's home that doesn't have kids. We could show it for a girl's room, a boy's room. There's so many different things that you can do to design, and they can be done so simply. You don't have to really, you don't have to change anything, and you don't have to change everything. You don't have to make everything super expensive to make that shift.
Mhm. And you also mentioned that you had some projects kind of in the back of your mind, and now you're taking because you've had to be so creative and thinking of new things to do to keep your business alive. You found a new way to be creative.
So for me, I've really always wanted to make our own Aldea line of products. And I have always wanted to do my own crib sheets. The crib sheets that we're going to design at first are for the Stokey home crib, which is a round crib, because there's a lot of regular crib sheets, but the
Yeah.
Stokey round crib only has like 1 or 2 brands that they have that they work with, and a lot of them are only on a white background. So it's like, oh, it's been something I've really had in my mind for a long time. I'm like, oh, what's stopping me from actually going ahead and getting this done? There's the seamstresses have time, the
Mhm.
wholesale fabric people have time.
Yeah.
like I was like, oh, what's holding me back? Really, it's only myself holding myself back and doing these projects that really excite me and really get the brand like to really distinguish ourselves from some of the other stores out there.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us, Johanna.
Thank you so much for having me. It's such a pleasure. And I really appreciate to be able to talk about my business during this time. It's meant a lot.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye.